Everyone keeps expecting me to do something by holding dear breaths, but I mainly stay strong and keep to my own values, needs, and wants. I want to live my life the way I want to live it and not be controlled by others. Sometimes others' expectations of me are just damn right impossible, and that's the thing with expectations, they are the catalysts for disappointments. My friend expected me to one day turn into a bird, and he held his breath up until I turned into an actual bird. I told him not to hold his breath, but he did. He eventually collapsed to the ground but was still holding onto his breath and eventually died. Then I had my parents expecting me to rule another planet in the universe, and I told them how stupidly impossible that was. They wanted me to one day rule a planet all to myself with statues made of me. They then held their own breaths and will only let go until I managed to rule a planet all to myself. I begged them to stop, but they kept on holding their breaths, even to the point they had both turned to a different color. They died and I tried to make them breath, but they just wouldn't do it. Then I had 2 police officers expecting me to one day murder someone that simply doesn't exist, and I explained to them how that would be impossible. How can you murder someone that doesn't exist? And the 2 police officers held their breaths, and this time I simply didn't care. If they wanted to hold their breaths for something impossible, then it was on them, and when the 2 police officers died while holding their breaths, an idea came to me. Everyone has potential to create babies, and by killing someone you also kill their potential children that don't exist yet. So I had started watching a man who had tried to commit suicide but failing multiple times, and then the 5th time he handcuffed himself to a tree and threw away the key. Then he started to regret his decision again and was screaming for help, and when he saw, he begged me to help him let him go. I didn't help him and watched him die. Then the 2 rotting, decaying police officers came back to life as I had completed their expectation.